Hey, it's your girl KV back with another 2 reviews for Salt Lake City. I be forgetting. The show is good. I just be forgetting, y'all. It is oh child, I need to wash my hair. Gotta get done tonight or in the morning. I'm just new to it. I be forgetting about it, y'all. I kind of forgot about it again. But then I was like, oh, I need to do Real Housewives of Potomac, but I had not yet done my notes for this past episode. And so it won't be until tomorrow. I've had a busy day. I hate health insurance, not fraud insurance. I hate having to deal with insurance companies, y'all, because it just be all over the place. I received a bill for like $2,000 and I'm like, who $1,000? Not mine. And so I had to call around about that. And they're like, oh, you have to send the bill and this, that, and the third, and basically like appeal that whatever decision was made to reject it. I said, I sure will. I'll find a fax machine. I'll find one. And then I went to the doctor today for my primary care visit. They don't take my new insurance. I said, but my new insurance said that y'all do. So that was a whole nother clusterfuck. And then I just been on the phone for literally 2 hours. 2 hours worth of talking to insurance people, y'all. When I say I am exhausted, and this is an off day. This was supposed to be a chill day. I went to the Nike store because I needed to try on some Air Max because I have not purchased tennis shoes outside of the Chucks. When my wedding, when I got married, which was like a year after I had my daughter, she grew my feet. My daughter grew my feet like a whole size being pregnant with her. So the only time I really purchased shoes after her was my wedding reception. Our theme was Chucks and Grills, Chucks and Slugs. And so I had bought a couple of pair of Chucks because me and my husband got the little leather Chucks. I got the white leather, he got the black leather Chucks. That's it. And where I work at, it's casual and people tennis shoe game. I be at the desk just looking at everybody tennis shoes like I gotta step my tennis shoe game up. And then right after I said that, I saw that Nike is doing not homecoming, and essentially the HBCU yard runners, the Air Max. Y'all know I went to Spelman. I have to get those Spelman Air Max. I have to. So I didn't know what size shoe I wear. So I went on down to Nike and tried on some different Air Max to make sure the 90 versus the whatever, to make sure I got my right size in Air Max so that I ain't getting the wrong size when I gotta order this stuff online. But anyway, that ain't what y'all came here for. Y'all came for the review for Salt Lake City. 2 episodes. 2 episodes, 3 and 4. That's how we'll do it. Episode 3 was called Dismissed. Episode 4, Pretty Little Liars. Right? Is that right? 3 and 4. Child, I hate the way they have it numbered. And they don't do this for Potomac, right? On Peacock. On Peacock, they have the Watch What Happens lives for Salt Lake City in Salt Lake City, opposed to having it just at Watch What Happens live. So it's super frustrating because I don't think they do it for Potomac. Yeah, they don't do it for Potomac, but whatevs. So let's get into it. Season 6, episode 3, Salt Lake City, episode Dismissed. We start with Lisa bigging herself up, y'all. Lisa is gone Lisa, okay? And she is gonna offend everybody in the process. So she's bigging herself up. She knows all these celebrities. She's just doing a party for what she said? Did she say Adam Sandler? It wasn't Adam Sandler. It was child, I can't think of his name. Y'all know Michael from The Office. I can't think of his name right now, but she's doing a party for him. And she's doing a party for this, and she knows this celebrity. She knows this celebrity. And I was like, what is she talking about? Then I had to remember from a few seasons ago that she does the after parties. She does the afties for Sundance. So that's how she knows a lot of the actors. But I'm like, but do you know them or you just know them? Like they say later on, you're the help. You're trying to act like you're friends and you're rubbing elbows with these people when you're the help. You're throwing the parties, my dear. Stop bragging like you having dinner with these people. So she's going to have a lunch to tell everybody off. But prior to her lunch, she is going to do skeet shooting with the girls that she actually liked. I think it was Brittany and Heather. Was Meredith there? I can't remember. It's inconsequential. We see, so my tablet always turns Bronwyn into Brownie. So if I accidentally say Brownie, just know that it's my tablet because my dad has a dog named Brownie. So Bronwyn and her husband Todd go out to eat. Remember, she's got the old man husband, y'all. She said that seeing how he treated her has made him do better at talking to her crazy. Because remember, Todd would talk to Bronwyn like she was some petulant child that was in and out of jail. Like, it's kind of crazy. But he's doing better. She admits he's changing, but it doesn't seem like she is. She's like, I don't know why he's still with me because I'm not the one changing. Girl, he's with you so you could be a caretaker. Like your mama said at the end of the episode. You have to deal with some stuff. So she wants to be able to take care of her elderly parents. Her dad is in a facility right now. He has Alzheimer's and it just became increasingly difficult for her mother to take care of him in the home. So he is in a facility. She thanks her husband for helping her financially with her parents, even though he didn't want to. I said, dang, he didn't even want to help you with his parents. All the money he got, and he didn't want to help with your parents. What's the story there? Somehow they end up talking about Lisa. How Lisa was talking about she was for the Amex, when the Amex bill get to the house. She said, I do so much shopping that my Amex bill doesn't even come in an envelope. It comes in a box. Okay. And so she really wants everyone to like her. But her husband is just like, for what? They're not even nice people. It's not worth your sanity and your time and your effort. But it's like, sir, if you want her to make her own money via this show, she gonna have to get along a little bit with at least 2 or 3 of the girls. So you need to encourage it unless you want her to stay deep in your pockets, okay? Which he probably don't mind. He just want her to be quiet and be peace. Be peace. She ain't peace while she on this show, but they'll figure it out. I hope that this show does not interfere with her relationship, but after we meet her mama, it'll be that damn mama that's interfering with the relationship before the show. That mama is a piece of work. Angie goes to see her dad, and he gives her, a rundown about his upbringing, how his country was invaded. He had to flee to America with the clothes on his back. He also fought, was it the Vietnam War? I can't remember. But he also fought in the war, and it's just an explanation of why she's so proud to be Greek. Okay. Bronwyn and her mama have a sit down, and they kind of talk about the status of her dad's health. She gets her people-pleasing ways because her family seems extremely judgmental. Like, she has tried to please her mom all these years, and clearly it has not worked. And in a quest to please her mom and be a people pleaser for her mom, she's also that to friends. So we see her trying very hard in this group of friends to be friends. They talk about going through the dad's things. She was saying that when she went out there to go through the dad's things, she didn't know what to do. She didn't know what to do. She was like, what's important to him? I might throw away something that he thinks is important, and I don't want to be responsible for that. Okay, so it was just hard for her to clean out the house. Bronwyn's dad, in his Alzheimer's state, he doesn't know that she is an adult. He keeps thinking that she is her daughter Gwen. And Gwen is around the age that Bronwyn was when she got pregnant with Gwen. And so he keeps like trying to badger Gwen about staying in school, and you gotta finish school, you gotta finish school, and you gotta finish college, because Bronwyn got pregnant in college and had to come home. So he's thinking that that's Gwen. But Gwen just graduated high school. She ain't even went off to college yet. She's contemplating on her next steps, and her mom just her mom is rude as all outdoors. Her mom is just a mean old lady. My mama got her ways, but she would never be this mean to me, and I would not deal with it if she was. This is just nasty to your own child. She is basically saying to Bronwyn that, I think they call the mom Muzzy. Muzzy is basically saying to Bronwyn that she was very scared of how Bronwyn would grow up, if she would be successful, and basically she wouldn't be nothing if it wasn't for Todd. Todd helped you get here. Todd got you here. You wouldn't have done it without him. You need him and his support for you. And Bronwyn was like, well, damn. She in her confessional. It was just so harsh. She in her confessional like, dang, I mean, the girls say it all the time. I'm nothing without Todd and his money. I'm nothing without Todd and his money. But the call shouldn't be coming from inside my house. Yes, y'all, the mom lives with her while being uber disrespectful to her, telling her that she ain't nothing without her husband and her husband's money. And it gets worse than the next episode. Yeah. She admits that she is still seeking her mom's approval, and thus everyone else's, like I already mentioned. Mind you, outside of getting pregnant in college, it doesn't seem like Bronwyn messed up anywhere else in life. Like, I can't remember if she said she finished school or not. I don't think she did, because Lisa kept saying, you need to go to college. You need to go to college. So maybe she didn't finish school, but she said she was working a whole corporate job when she met Todd. So it's not like she was a bum who was 30-something years old, still staying with her parents, mooching off of them, and didn't have no job. Like, yeah, she was a teenage mother, but she overcame that. Then her mom was just like, yeah, well, you better pay attention to, you know, how we got to take care of your daddy, because you're going to be going through this Alzheimer's stuff with Todd. How you know Alzheimer's even running his family for her to have to deal with that with him? You don't know what that man's ailments is going to be, what she going to have to deal with. The mama was just a nasty piece of work, y'all. She was a nasty piece of work. I got a lot of beverages going on. I forgot I had this when I made this. I went to go get ramen after I left my doctor's appointment in a Lancaster, because my husband wanted some ramen. So I went and got ramen and got me a little boba too. I see my bobas. It's a lot of bobas. There's more bobas than lemonade left. And this is what I'm drinking. It's not my Timosa today. Y'all can see it's a little darker than a Timosa. I'm drinking, how you say it, sorrel? You know, Jamaican juice. I call it Jamaican juice. But the hibiscus juice with rum. I like it. Next, we see Angie goes to Heather's house to help her pick out some paint colors for her new office. She said the space that she's turning into her office was previously like her daughter's storage room. She's so ready to be an empty nester. The human moments, this is the moments where I like Heather, because she's a human in these moments. She's not a lapdog. She's a human. You don't have a clown nose. You have your nose. She's ready to be an empty nester. And she mentioned how, you know, her first 2 books she wrote in the bed, and she never really left the bed much. And yeah, she was technically depressed, but hey, she made it work. So here she is on her second bloom. Word to Ashley on Real Housewives of Potomac. Here's to her with her second bloom being an empty nester, okay? Angie talks about how she's getting her Greek citizenship status and she's excited. She spoke to her dad. And Heather is very happy for her. Heather was like, you know, she knows what that means to her, so she's happy. But Angie's a little, she's feeling the ways because when she told her daughter was just like, you make being Greek your whole personality. Like, oh my gosh. Daughter rude in the mud, but she has spoiled that poor baby for so long. I remember when she was saying, ain't that the one when she was talking about how the child still sleeping in bed with them? And the girl was like 11, 12 at the time. Baby, I be so bent. So bent. But it's Angie was hurt, but it's given you don't educate her about it for her to understand why it's so important to you. Because yes, little girl, it is my identity. Being Greek is my identity. It is my personality. Like, yeah, that's something for me to be proud of. So it's given she don't educate the baby. It's given the granddad ain't never sat down and had a conversation with her, because even if it's not important to the daughter, she's old enough to acknowledge that you're doing it and be happy for you doing it. Even if she don't care to go back to Greece herself, she should be at least, oh mom, I love that for you, that you are doing it. You feel me? So it makes me wonder, like, what talks Angie has had with her daughter about being Greek, or if any. So she said that she thought that her and her daughter would always be besties, but now, you know, the daughter all mean and rude and stuff. I said, girl, she's a teenager. They all go through it, okay? They all go through it. I know how I was as a teenager. I have 3 nieces. I have so many cousins and stuff that I'm older than and saw them get raised up. So I know every girl's gonna have that moment of being like, mom, bleh. You know what I mean? I just don't want it to happen with my baby too soon. So Heather mentions Lisa being all uppity, saying that I live a very different life than you guys. I live a very different life than all of you. And Heather is super offended by it, but she ain't gonna do nothing about it. She claims that, you know, I can't defend her any longer if she continues to talk like this. I'm like, Heather, she always does this. She always lets y'all know that y'all are beneath her. Y'all should be thankful that she's around y'all. That's what she is. So Lisa and her A team go skeet shooting, and then they meet the rest of the D team for lunch. Everybody there, including the friend of, that's not a friend of, Amy, whose party they were at when they got to arguing. You gout sucker. Okay. And so everybody's there. Where we at? When they get to the lunch, it's poster boys everywhere, baby. I say, am I at a conference? Am I at APHA? Am I at NASB? What are these presentations going on? What are all these poster boards going on? And the poster boards are printouts of the court documents, and she photoshopped dismissed in big red letters on all of the court documents. And then in the midst of these documents, there are just some blown up pictures of her and John on date nights. This is why I can't rock with Lisa. She just be doing the most. Cause what is this? What is happening? Mary said, I came in confused. I'm gonna be confused here, and I'm gonna leave confused. Because what is happening? You know what? Never mind. Don't even tell me. I'm not even interested, right? So they're like, girl, what is this? What are these pictures? Pointing at the date night pictures. Oh, that's me and, what was the name? John. Oh, that's me and John. Yeah, we were front seat at the Jazz game. Brahma said, those are fold out chairs. Those aren't front. Those aren't courtside seats. And they weren't. You could tell. You could tell it was the seat where, you know, you got to pull down the thing like it's a full structure and you just Maybe y'all were in a suite and you meant to say a suite instead of courtside, but it definitely wasn't courtside. So that was funny. And so everybody's like, what's going on, girl? Why you bring us here? Brahma said, so are these cases dismissed because you paid them back, or dismissed because, well, it's none of your business. It's none of your business whether they're dismissed. Girl, then why are we here? It's clearly everybody's business if you've blown up the court documents and plastered them over all these poster boards and filled up these people's little banquet room with all of this mess. Poor little waitress was like, excuse me, you ladies hungry? I'm just trying to, waitress trying to do her job here. Please don't curse me out. I need to take your food orders. I can't keep walking off. I need to take your food orders. Baby, it's just a lot going on. They're just like, girl, we only in your business because you did this to Bronwyn. You was in Bronwyn business and you went too far and you got to digging in her business. So now return serve. She claims that she was not in Bronwyn's business, but they flash it on back. You know, Bravo is good for rolling that beautiful bean footage, baby. They flash back to the reunion where Lisa's weird ass straight up said, oh, I know the jeweler. Yeah, I know that girl. And I called her to see if Bronwyn bought the necklace. And she said no. She said no. Bronwyn didn't buy the necklace. And she didn't buy anything. And of course, at the reunion, Bronwyn was like, wow, like what kind of sales associate's just going to sit up and tell all our business? We won't be going there no more. We won't be going there no more. Baby, I would probably sue. Can you sue for something like that? Because that's just crazy to just be sitting up on the phone like, you're an exclusive like diamond jeweler. Even if they didn't purchase anything that round, the fact that you flew out there or came out there to let her try some jewelry on shows that they've spent money with you before. So it was just real nasty of the girl to even be disclosing that information with Lisa just for, you know, it was classless, very classless. And then they're still looking at Lisa like, girl, if you would have came on the RV trip, you would have heard Bronwyn explain that situation, why she did it, why she felt like that. You would have gotten that story, but you didn't come. Okay, so Amy jumps in like, oh, so they're talking about the credit card. Well, what about the credit card? Yeah, you had an Amex in that guy's name. Amy jumps in. It's the only thing we hear her say. I forgot Amy was there. I forgot we had a new girl at the table, baby. She's like, well, that's her business partner. That's her business partner. So it would make sense for her to have a card in his name. No, it wouldn't. It would make sense if they both had a card in the business's name, right? Am I tripping? Am I the crazy one? Like, I ain't never had no business partner or never seen business partner with somebody's name on the credit card and the other person got it. That's you looking out for somebody being a friend. Or did the business not have enough goings on to have an Amex? What is happening? I just would always think that it would be in the business's name and not the person's name. Especially if she's telling her husband, if she's saying in the court documents, don't tell John about the credit card. Are you selling it? Because hoes be prostitutes. I'm just saying. So they end off this episode. She tries to jump on Angie for talking behind her back, but Mary takes up for Angie. And she was like, everyone was talking about you. No, don't just direct it at Angie. Everyone was talking about you. Everyone was talking about you. So it was just like a big going back and forth. Next episode, Pretty Little Liars. It's still Angie and Lisa at the table going back and forth. Lisa's being a hellion, per usual. She comes at Angie saying that Angie is lying about how many salons she owns. No, Angie's the salon owner. She's lying about how many salons she owns. She only owns 1.5 of the salons. Angie says, no, I own 3. The other 7 are franchises. And they're going back and forth. And she's like, well, how would you even know how many salons I own? Like, girl, you sound crazy. You digging into my business now, too? Angie told her, you do French fries, I do franchise. And Mary was confused. What did she say? French fries? And Heather repeated it back. So she said, oh, that was a good one. Oh, that was good. Mary was funny down there. Oh, I'm so sad that Mary and Angie are going to fall out, because I think it's the next episode where she's like, got her finger on Angie's face. I was like, oh my gosh, no. So Angie comes for Lisa's son's product line. What is it? Great Wolf Care? Something about a wolf. He got a hair care line, the son. He's like 10 or something like that. They did him a line. But Angie's like, you don't even promote or market, wolf products, okay? But you're riding out my way for the Kerastase partnership. You're promoting Kerastase when that's not even your line. Because wolf products don't belong on my shelves. They're C-list. I said, ooh. They're C-list. They belong in Walmart. I said, not Walmart. Not Walmart. And so she's like, oh my gosh, you're gonna talk about my kids' stuff. Just a whole back and forth. Heather barks in to get the ladies together a bit. I was like, okay, Heather, but I mean, it worked, so I suppose. It gets Lisa to be a bit vulnerable because she lets the ladies know that the ladies tell her they feel like she's emotionless. She doesn't express her emotions, doesn't open up. And she's like, well, I am. I do get vulnerable sometimes. Angie, I love you. I love you, Angie. And that's why I go so hard. But she does not apologize for being mean to Angie. But Angie ends up apologizing to her. Right. She gets to Heather, and Heather, y'all know how Heather is. She just be lapping at the puss juice, just happy to be acknowledged, okay? Lisa didn't apologize to anybody. And so she gets to Bronwyn and she's like, Bronwyn, yeah, we have some things to work on. And Bronwyn is just like, okay. Okay. She ain't gonna let Lisa slide as easily as Angie did. Bronwyn was like, when you're ready to acknowledge that you hurt me and that you've been mean to me, then we can move forward. They have a bit of back and forth. Lisa's still trying to talk in circles, but Bronwyn is like, there is no if you hurt me. You hurt me. You've repeated things that I've said in jest, in confidence, to try to smear my reputation. Like, you know you hurt me, girl. Mary and Heather have lunch. This was real myrrh. The only funny thing about that was Heather was like, girl, that lunch was crazy. I drank your tequila and mine. And Mary said, yeah, I don't like tequila. Tequila tastes like hospital. Heather said, hospital has a taste? Yeah, all smells have a taste. And they talk about, yeah, like when people pass gas and people say, my mouth was open. And Mary's like, okay, never mind. Mary is so naturally quirky that it is entertaining. It is. Next, we see Whitney. They're having this weird conversation. Yeah, just rub it and it'll come out. Like, this is being weird. But we see that they're talking about the pole. She feels moved to get back on the pole, get back to pole dancing because her business failed. She said God told her to get back to herself. She liked how the moms at school would whisper about her having a pole in her house, and it was just so salacious, and they thought she was just some little harlot. Like, she liked it. She misses being in the cool house with the pole. They show some flashbacks of her pole dancing, and she was really good on the pole. She was fun. That should be your business plan, girl. You should do something around pole. Get with a pole dancer and do a pole fitness DVD. Get some pole classware, do a whole line of pole stuff, or partner with an already existing entity for pole wear. Something. It just should be something that you're passionate about. The girls get on here and just do any type of business that comes to mind. And it's like, if you're not passionate about it, if this doesn't really mean something to you, it's less likely to work. Because even when people are passionate about their businesses, it still can fail. So you definitely need that passion there. a lot of people kind of made fun of Whitney, but I actually do understand her. And as goofy as it sounds, I too feel the same. I would like to get back to my pole dancing days too. It was a great time. It was the fun party house. I would always host little pre-games in college and stuff. You know, it was a little inspiring. Whitney, Whitney was inspiring this episode. I am not even gonna hold you. She was the queen of this episode. Between this and the conversation that she has with Brittany later on, Whitney was the shining star. So Lisa and Bronwyn have a sit down to clear the air. Bronwyn seems sincere, but Lisa still is giving fake. They ain't talking about what you think they're talking about, acting like they're gonna clear the air. Bronwyn can sense that Lisa is being insincere, because Lisa's like, if I hurt you, like, I hate when people apologize like that. Well, I apologize if I hurt you. You don't have to put the if I hurt you. If you're apologizing, it's because you hurt me. So just say, I apologize for hurting you. But that's not what Lisa does, y'all. But nonetheless, it was enough for Bronwyn, because she just opens up and starts telling Lisa about her issues with her mom, how she doesn't want to turn into that mom, and that's why she's so lenient with Gwen. I'm like, girl, why are you telling this girl your business if she just turned around and told your business to try to make you sound crazy and to hurt you? So yeah, that wasn't smart, Brownie. Mary. We see Mary at her church. It has been being renovated and they're almost ready to open back up. I was wondering why we hadn't seen her in the church. You know, we ain't seen her in the pulpit or nothing like that. So, okay, this is why. She's with her cousin, who is the general contractor. She's like going over to work, and y'all, it's nails in the back cushion of the pew. And she spots it and she's like, oh no, right. And he's like, oh, you have a good eye. It's a nail sticking out the fabric of the pew. Do you even nail that part? Like, that's right up on your back. That could... Mary, you might need to get another contractor in there. I don't know if this stuff gonna be the code with them nails in that pew. That just feels like something that you staple around the edge. Maybe glue in the middle and staple around the edge, but that nail right there in the middle where your back would be, that threw me. That threw me. So she mentions that, yeah, this cousin has been taking advantage. Yeah, it took him a whole year to do the flooring upstairs. He's milking it. So the cousin asks her about the son and how he's doing. She says that he's doing better, but not great yet. And that they're closer now, but that makes it harder because he tells her when he's slipping. So the cousin kind of drops a tear or two. She's like, are you crying? He's like, I just want better for him. You know, I just want better for him. So they randomly start this conversation talking about her mom. I was so confused, but we're finally hearing about the mom. We never really heard about the mom all that much. We'd always hear about the grandma because that's who left her to church. So she talks about how when the granny died, the mom tried to take over. Like, they literally tried to stage a coup in the daggone church and take over. This made everybody annoyed and upset because before the granny passed away, she made it very clear that she was leaving the church and the husband to her granddaughter Mary. And Mary is just like, I mean, of course it was weird. It was weird for me and Robert Sr. both, but this is what she wanted, so we had to go through with it. And I'm like, okay. She probably did have it. If she was crazy enough to have those stipulations, she was probably crazy enough to have it in the will. And if she didn't marry my husband, she can't have my church. So who knows? She probably did have it. Oh my God. Having to marry your step granddaddy that was your grandmama's little young tenderoni is insane. But hey, here they are. Still married, still together, have a 20-something-year-old of their own at this point. She says that her mom was the one to cut her off. She wishes she still had that communication, but her mama was just malicious when Mary took over the church. She was going to the blogs and the papers, spreading these lies and just putting out all types of craziness about Mary. We end up hearing her say that her mom has recently passed, and that's why they're having this conversation right now. But she is feeling a little bit lost because she wishes she had a close bond with her mom. Sad. So we see a quick scene with Angie and Heather at the salon. It feels like Heather probably just came up there to get her hair curled, maybe a wash or something. And Angie gonna tell her, hey girl, I'm giving you a perm today. Yeah, I haven't had my license. I haven't had my hair license in a while, and I'm trying to get it back. So I gotta give a perm. So you my monkey, not monkey. You my guinea pig today. I'm gonna give you a perm. Me and Heather was looking like, that ain't something you just spring on somebody. I was surprised that Heather even sat down for that. But I guess she was like, I gotta get the tea. So she's telling Heather that Lisa's assistant comes to get the products. Lisa's assistant popped up. She didn't even know the girl was coming. And she was coming to get the son's hair products that Angie was complaining about that's not selling, been on the shelf for 2 years and all of that. And Lisa Venmo'd her $600 and then text her and said, oh, I can send a cleaner over to clean your shop since it's so dusty. Because the products are dusty. And Angie's like, listen, you can send that $600 to the people in them lawsuits. And my shop ain't dusty. Your products was dusty because when nobody buying them, okay? With your bowling ball black hair. Heather acts like she called the girl a see you next Tuesday. See, that's why we can't take low blows. We can't take low blows. She said the girl had bowling ball black hair. That's not a low blow. She does have super black dark hair. That's not a low blow. It really cracks me up what people choose to be offended by when it comes to the Housewives. For instance, and this is me deviating a bit, but it's on me. It's on my heart. I have been so annoyed with Real Housewives of Potomac fans acting like them saying Stacey breath stank is the worst thing in the world. Oh my God, that is so mean. Sometimes people never escape rumors like that. They're gonna always be looked at like they breath stank. And what if somebody don't want to hire them because they breath stank? People never can shake those type of things. They say her breath stank. These women have told lies on other women's husbands. But y'all are crying that they said the girl breath stank? Y'all, I was so annoyed. I have been so annoyed by it. I'm looking at my lips. I'm using another lip gloss. And I'm trying to see, does it look ashy? Does the light hit it and it look a little ashy? It's not ashy. It's a creamy, milky thing. So it's NYX. This is milky. Milk the cocoa. It's like the glare back in some spots is giving ashy, but it's not ashy. It's like a good nude for my face, a good lip nude. So yes, y'all. And at the end of Angie and Heather at this salon, Angie got like 5 rollers in Heather's head, and she's like, yeah, no. Cause I'm like, how long? Perms is like couple of hours, 2-3 hours worth of processing and going on, especially for white folks, because you rolling the hair up in them tiny little rollers, and then they put that activator stuff on it. You got to dry for a while. They put some more activator stuff on it. And I knew Heather wasn't gonna sit there and get that perm. I knew she wasn't. She was like, girl, take this out and blow dry me and let me go. Okay. And this is where Whitney does her MVPing of the episode. Okay. Brittany and Whitney meet up to clear the air. With the whole back and forth that Angie and Lisa had and bashing businesses, it made them realize that's what they were doing. And so they should apologize. Brittany, of course, talks about Jared. Okay? They're still together, much to her daughter's chagrin. And she volunteers the information that her daughter is upset with her because she won't put the daughter first over Jared. But it's hard. Am I supposed to just not date? It's so hard. Whitney can't believe that Brittany is saying this. Whitney literally goes and like grabs her and it's like, girl, it's your daughter. You have to let her know that you put her first, okay? You can't just shrug it off and be like, go without a man to please my daughter? It was just really disgusting to see. It was really disgusting to see. And Whitney asked her, is that her hard boundary that you not date for a while? You be single. Brittany's like, I don't know. Whitney's like, well, you should ask her. You guys need to talk about this. Is your daughter. Jared will be gone and effing somebody else next year. But this is going to always be your daughter. And the fact that you won't even attempt to put the girl first. But it's so hard. So I'm just supposed to like not date for a month? That's so hard. What am I supposed to do? Just sit around and wait for her? She doesn't even make space for me. She doesn't make time for me because you don't make it for her. If you show your daughter that you will be there when she calls and you don't say, oh, I'm with Jared, or I'll be with Jared then, maybe she can hold space for you. Maybe y'all can have a weekly brunch date. Like, it is just so insane that she is this dense. I was just taken aback. Lastly, y'all, we get into the mess. Oh, mess. Bronwyn and her mama. We ain't even gonna go super deep because it was super annoying and, you know, we could sum it up pretty easy. The mom, she did have some points when pointing out Bronwyn's parenting. Like I said earlier, Bronwyn, she's a people pleaser. She needs to know that she is at the top of everybody's list, including her daughters. And with that, she let the daughter's boyfriend move in to the house. Right? So the top of their scene, we see the daughter and the boyfriend going out bowling. And she was like, yeah, first few weeks, I kept asking them about this bowling that they were doing and da-da-da. Essentially, she don't think that they go bowling. She thinks that they go, straight like this, okay? She think they going off to be like this. But she's like, I don't understand why. Like, there's so much house. So much house. Yeah, okay, so much house. And I'm sure like maybe they want to be loud. But it's still crazy. It's still crazy. And the mama lets her know. Like I said, the mama had some points about this, but that is where it begins and ends. And when I say end, I mean hard stop. Hard stop. So Bron was just like, yeah, it doesn't bother me. The mom was like, yeah, I bet it doesn't bother her either, huh? They go back and forth a bit. In my head, I'm like, girl, if you don't like it, you can leave. You can leave. You don't have to be here to see that I have my daughter and her boyfriend living here. You can leave and go get your own place, okay? She don't say that, though. She's a people pleaser. Her mom just completely just does not respect her because she got pregnant in college. Even though the mama is living rent-free in Bronwyn and Todd's house, even though Todd is paying for the dad's not hospice, the man's not dying, the man's nursing home care because he has Alzheimer's, she still does not respect Bronwyn. Insane. So they're talking about how they grew, how when Gwen got in the world and Bronwyn was a young teenage mother, how things went. Muzzy tells her, yeah, you couldn't have made it without me taking care of Gwen. I took care of Gwen for you because I didn't want her to go to foster care. Baby, I didn't have my first child till 31, but I was offended and ready to fight the mama for saying this, because how dare you make such a leap that if you weren't there, my daughter would be in foster care. Bronwyn said, girl, you were watching her when I was working. And if it came to a point where you couldn't watch her, I would have gotten another job to make sure I could afford somebody who could. Like the fact, and the mama just kept on saying, well, yeah, I did it because I just didn't want her to go into foster care. The mom just keeps saying that. She would have had to pack her shit right there. I would have been like, hey, yo, cut the cameras. Dead ass. Mom, you can go. When they leave, you need to be right behind them. Pack what you got. I'll call you an Uber to wherever it is you're going, but you're getting out of my house. You're getting out of my house. The fact that she is a freeloading guest in her home and is bringing her no peace, no solitude, not even comfort. Bitch, are you getting up and cooking a meal? Can you put the clothes from the washer to the dryer for me? Can you guide the chef at least? Like, it was just crazy. Her mom says that it's not like she doesn't think that Bronwyn does great things or that she's a great person. She just doesn't tell her that type of stuff because she doesn't want Bronwyn to think that she's too good. Bitch, are you jealous of your daughter? Did you expect that since she was a teenage mother that she could never rise above that and she was just bound to live a life of destitute? I was so disgusted. I was so disgusted at this mama and this thing because she was just insanely nasty to her own freaking daughter. I didn't want Gwen to go into foster care. I was a present parent. She wasn't going to be in nobody's foster care. Yeah, but I just don't want you to think you just so great. You're really jealous of her status. Really jealous of her. She probably won't Todd. Her and Todd probably look closer in age. She probably won't Todd. Girl. She really feels like that lifestyle is owed to her because she helped her daughter with her daughter. And that's fine. But you need to be nice about it. As somebody who is somebody's mama and will expect a little bit of, niceness in my old age, I want you to take care of me too. I'm not mad at the mama feeling like, hey, take care of me and your daddy with your parents. But it's the fact that you're not even nice while I'm doing it that would make me snatch that right away. Because she's not obligated to. It's the right thing to do because, parents, they raise you. They spend money on you. So when it's time for you to do the same for them, go for it. But to be nasty, your mama is your first and your biggest op. Girl. That's the review. I ain't got nothing else. I had to take a sip of that because it's just crazy. It's crazy. Make sure y'all like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what y'all think of this these two. Why am I just now realizing this past week that Salt Lake City comes on Tuesday and not Wednesday? I never watch it live. I don't think I ever watch it live because I didn't know it came on Tuesdays. And if I'm up on Wednesdays to watch it, I will be watching Sisters. But I guess with Sisters gone, I was like, oh, it's not even on. It's on Tuesdays. But I be watching Love and Hip Hop on Tuesdays. That jump be good. It be good and ratchet. But this has been 50 minutes, y'all. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Can y'all hype it? Do I need a certain amount of followers to hype it? I'm gonna go see if we can hype this video. Show me some love, y'all. I'm just a little channel that could. I'm just chugging along, hoping that one day, I am noticed and I can get monetized. Okay? One love.